What is up, geocachers? This is Keats94 and behind me is Zeppelin94, and we are going to be going on a particularly interesting adventure. We're going to be going across to Poplar Island in New Westminster, BC, and tackling the wild waters of the Fraser River, folks. This is going to be an interesting adventure. You're going to come along with us. You're going to explore what is awesome about the Fraser River and this cool island over here. And guess what, folks? We have the cache owner on camera here. I don't know if he's okay with being on camera, but you're good? Okay. So this is Mr. Hippo, folks. Shout out to him. He is going to be watching us paddle over to his caches on Poplar Island here. Stay tuned and see if we can find them. Okay, onward and outward. Whoa, current, okay. It's actually taking us north. Tracing one line through our land so wide and savage, to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea. Tracing one warm line, hey, look, a sturgeon, through our land so wide and savage, and make a northwest passage to the sea. Wow, this is actually not so bad. Oh, current. This is the first time I've ever been to Poplar Island. And folks, welcome to Poplar Island in the Fraser River. We kayaked across the Fraser River, folks, and right now we are looking for one of the geocaches that is on this very green island. Zeppelin94 here believes we may have found something here. What would you say?
I don't know.
Oh, no way. No way, bud. Oh, that's so trippy. Oh, look at that. Da-da-da-da.
We found it, folks.
We are island people now. We're stranded here now. We're castaways. We're like Tom Hanks in that movie, Castaway. It's official. Hey, we found the geocache and the logbook receptacle, and oh my goodness, look at all of these chains, and wow. We're not going to mention the name of this geocache because it might give away its location here, but look at this, all pirate themed stuff, and like this, freaking awesome there, bud. Woo! And you know, me hearties. Okay, we've signed the logbooks, we put the cache back. Check it out, folks. We're going to now get off this log because there's very tight space here. And you're gonna just basically see, like, we're covered in like this silt, very sign fanned. We're covered in this sign fanned that is, fine sand, folks, that is generated by the Fraser River. It kind of is what gives the Fraser River a very muddy look. I always like to say that the Fraser River has a very coffee kind of look to it. This is what we're dealing with now, folks. This is what we're dealing with. We're crossing over the log bridge. We're gonna jump ourselves off this. Whoa. Okay, Zeppelin94 over here is going to try to make his way off this. All right, so this is really cool to be here. We're at the eastern end. Fun fact, folks, I don't know if you can see him, but the guy in the blue shirt who's waving at us right now, he is the CO. That's Mr. Hippo over there waving back at us and checking in to see if we found it successfully. We did, folks. We found it, and it is such a nice day out in the great province of British Columbia here. Yes, believe it or not, folks, there is a grand total at the moment of 2. Count them, 2 geocaches on Poplar Island, and the sun is really bright. Fun fact, that is a really bright star in our sky. And we're gonna walk along this river. This water is still remarkably cold, folks, remarkably cold. Long time ago, Simon Fraser cruised down this river in search of the Pacific Ocean. Any Stan Rogers fans out there? There's a song called The Northwest Passage, and he talks about that one warm line going through our land so wide and savage, and making that Northwest Passage to the sea. And he mentions the Fraser River in his song. Everybody, we're walking along this beach towards the next cache. It's a great opportunity to be able to come out to this island and get some nice sun and find it's a 5-star terrain geocache. So it's really nice to get some of them wholesome DT grid ratings. Actually, it was pretty straightforward to get out here. We weren't really battling the current that badly. So anybody who follows me on another podcast that I do with Jay Kennedy, aka Land Monkey, he might appreciate this. Could be a cool little earth cache site. The Fraser River clay and silt, and look at all the different colors, folks. Like, this is so cool. The tide is coming in slowly but surely. I'm not too worried. We have some time to get to this cache and come back. Folks, we've reached an obstacle that I am going to go underneath because I'm not going to go under the water and get my feet wet. Do. You never know what the Fraser River will throw at you, folks. Okay. Now, do I go underneath? I'm going under, folks. I'm going under. This is extreme geocaching. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, hardcore, bud. Oh yeah. Everybody's wondering, like, what the heck are these 2 crazy guys on this island? There's nothing to see here, folks. There's nothing. We're just looking for some really creative geocaches on this island here. And yeah, don't mind us, folks. Don't mind us. Just living the dream, man. And I'm squinting. I apologize for that. I know I look kind of weird. So, folks, we found something, but it's not the geocache. It's a life jacket. I'm just gonna climb over this log here. You know, hopefully it's not gonna go full Stand By Me on us. Look at that. Hopefully, whoever wore that life jacket is okay. Folks, we're on the western side of Poplar Island, and we are walking along this very muddy beach. The river is quite impressive. Okay, folks, we have arrived at ground zero on Poplar Island, and I'm just gonna climb over this log here It's a pretty cool hide, folks. It's a rockin' cache. Woo! Thank you, Mr. Hippo, for putting this excellent Guitar Hero geocache on Poplar Island. There's the bison tube, and it looks like an axe. Dang, this is badass. I'm gonna give this one a very coveted favorite point because this cache doesn't get as much traffic according to what he was saying. So I'm gonna make sure this one gets some love, and I'll sign my name in. So after that amazing adventure, we are heading back to our kayaks and making sure that, of course, our kayaks are still there. They should be. Obviously, keeping all of our precious camera equipment, i.e. my camera equipment, safe. Oh, climbing back underneath this log. I feel like I am a castaway exploring a newly deserted island. There's no other industry on this island. It's just basically forest. Whoa! Whoa! Check out those like pieces of lumber, man. They're like cottonwood trees. Whoa. So a few years ago, I was geocaching with Zeppelin94 and Keats94’s in Port Moody, and we were hiking through this ravine, pretty straightforward, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, I get a twig up through my eye. Thankfully, it didn't go into my eye, but it went up, and it was kind of painful. It was more uncomfortable than it was painful, but I was, having a hard time blinking, and it was kind of, anyway. So it turns out, I get home, and I'm like, okay, this is still in my eye, like I can still kind of see it, like on the side of my eye there. So anyway, I'm like, well, I guess I could go to the hospital and get this thing removed, or I could take matters into my own hands and take some tweezers to my eye and pluck this thing out. And didn't realize how far in this twig was. It was about an inch up into my skull there. Yeah, so little story, folks. When I am geocaching in the woods, I am really careful now about getting stuff in my eye. Walking in the Fraser River, it's really, really, really cold. After much walking, our rides are still here after our perilous journey across Poplar Island, and we walked where many other geocachers have walked before. Our kayaks, my Civular and Zeppelin's Lagoon 1. There's the Queensboro Bridge in the distance, and just want to thank you all for coming along with us on this journey. Pretty cool place we live. Okay, folks, this is Keats94 getting into the kayak. Second time today. Oh. Okay. All right, everybody, we're gonna leave Poplar Island, folks. Any other sea shanties y'all know? Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold, we'd fire no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on Halifax Pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Gotta put a brave face on, folks, for paddling on the Fraser River here, and it is not the easiest body of water to paddle on, and we're fighting trying to get actually as close to the shoreline as I can. We're almost there, folks. Almost there. And apologies in advance. I put a baggie around the phone because it is kind of an important tool that I will need to. The current's much slower closer to the other island here. We're actually paddling from one island to another. Paddling along the shoreline, folks. Folks, thanks so much for watching another episode of Keats94’s geocaching adventures here in Queensboro. We paddled across to Poplar Island and found 2 geocaches, and I'm hearing from the CO there might even be some more on the way, so stay tuned for that. Folks, if you liked this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You will not regret it. There will be more geocaching adventures 10 a.m. every Friday. Thanks so much for watching.